Well, hello. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So, this week's blog is entitled The China Class, and it's directly related to an article that was sent to me. Thank you, Trevor Latin, for doing so, in a website called Tablet Mag. And it was an essay that was drafted by a gentleman by the name of Lee Smith. And he basically undergoes a fairly exhaustive analysis of U.S.-China relations really since Kissinger essentially allowed the opening up of China under the Nixon administration. Now, he references a previous historical sort of analogy of the 30 tyrants, and this is something that ended at the end of the Peloponnesian War. When Sparta had won their war, their 27-year war against Athens, the Spartans had to figure out what to do with Athens. And their theory was that they would essentially take about 30 individuals that were pro-Spartan, people that had already started to adopt certain aspects of Spartan life. They would put them into power in Athens, and these 30 individuals would then wipe out all of the democracy in Athens, essentially rule it as an authoritarian dictatorship, and rule it under the behest of Sparta. So he looks at that type of event and looks at U.S.-China relations that have developed since the 1970s. And what he effectively says is that in the United States, there have been people that have amassed massive fortunes directly at the benefit of the Chinese. Many of them are politicians, but some of them are business owners and everything else. And the idea was that China would facilitate this, not that they would look to take over the United States, that could be problematic in and of itself, but that they could control the United States, just as Sparta wanted to do with Athens at the end of the Peloponnesian War. And that there had been a shift, there had been a massive shift of this extremely wealthy elite from the Republican Party over to the Democratic Party. And this actually happened during the Obama administration. They realized that the Republican Party was not going to give them the amount of leverage that they required over the entire population. They could achieve that through Democratic control, and Democratic being the Democratic Party. Anyways, fascinating article. I highly encourage you to read it. It's a fairly long one, and I put a link directly into the blog. And as always, you can see the blog on our website at artemishq.com on Wednesday morning. This one I definitely recommend that not only do you read my blog and my analysis of it, but you actually do read Lee Smith's work as well. In any event, I want you to train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. And above all else, stay safe.